Philippines Aquaria.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being
This is
here.
your first time?
First time, yes. It's only my second time in Asia at all, so really excited to be here.
How big of a deal is it for you to bag this
Oh my
campaign?
gosh. So cool. I mean, at first I didn't realize quite the scope of everything, but it kind of definitely started clicking once I started seeing all the first press releases, seeing all of my fans here in the Philippines tagging me in videos of, 50-foot billboards of me on the side of the highway. It's like, it's definitely a dream come true, a dream that I not necessarily even knew that I wanted, but it's also just crazy. It's a little overwhelming, but I kind of love it.
Did you expect, like, you're gonna bag this type of campaign in the biggest department store in the Philippines, and in the Philippines at that, in Southeast Asia,
Right.
out of all the countries you've been to?
Even I've done some crazy things in
Yes.
the past couple of years of my life.
Yes,
and
we know.
I'm super grateful for that. I don't know if I even ever kind of considered some like a partnership like this to be an option. But it's just so cool. It's so surreal. It's so nice to, the recognition that I get in the States is obviously
Massive,
very bountiful,
yes.
and I'm very grateful for that. But to see that, people care about what I do elsewhere in the world is so awesome. Even when I get to travel to Canada or Mexico or something, that's so cool. So traveling literally 12
Across the
time
globe.
zones. Yeah, like it's just so surreal to be so far away from home, but also feel like I'm at home.
Your photos are all over the department store.
Yes, how are,
And
I
they're
want to be here when they
stunning
get
in
rid
all
of
your
them.
photos.
What's
So
up?
you choose the outfit for the photo shoot?
Yeah, so we had the pieces of like accessories and stuff from the SM store, and my stylist Kevin, he came with tons of fun, funky clothes that we could pair them with to kind of highlight the products that we have here at the SM store. So even when I have a stylist, it's not quite all their all their choice. I love to kind of get in the way and make some choices of my own. So it's all a collaboration, I guess.
Who are your influences, Aquaria?
I feel like a broken record every time I say it, but Lady Gaga is always one of my go-tos for a young person like me, for a drag queen, a member of the LGBTQ plus community. She's always been just a staple for me, but people like Madonna, people in the fashion world in general, have just always been people that I've been able to find inspiration with and kind of relate to.
And speaking of the LGBTQ community, it's very big here in the Philippines.
massive.
Yes. So, how do you feel when the rights of the LGBTQ is not as advanced as how it is where you're from?
Right.
Because recently, it was in the national news, the top story in the Philippines about an issue of just going to the bathroom.
Well, I mean, we even have situations like that every so often in the States, and especially over the last year, I know that was a big talking point, especially with some of the more conservative states in the South and stuff like that. And it's for some people like me, I think who cares? Not who cares, but like it's not affecting my life. So do what you want to do and do what makes you happy and what you feel comfortable with. But I sometimes forget that I am a lot more open-minded than the next person. So I think just creating, an environment, a world, a community, a way of going about life that is more open to, someone who's not the same way you are, and just being more mindful that just because you don't wear a yellow jacket doesn't mean that I can't wear a yellow jacket. And as far as what people do in the bathroom, as long as you don't do it somewhere near me, I'm not mad at all. Please.
What do you want to tell the LGBT?
Just make sure it lands in the toilet.
The Filipino LGBT community, what would you want to tell them?
Oh my gosh, keep doing what you're doing. I see so many inspiring queens, inspiring people in general who are just so enthusiastic about drag, about the community, about life, and life is all about living it. So keep doing that and do it as unapologetically as you possibly can.
In Aquaria, I wanted to be the first one to greet you Merry Christmas because we're starting the Christmas season in the Philippines
Yeah,
as early
September
as
1.
September 1. So
We're not
yesterday
kidding.
we started the Christmas season.
Oh,
And I want to know, I want to know how will you dress up for the Filipino Christmas? Like the category is Filipino Christmas. How will you dress up as Aquaria?
you know, I kind of got blindsided. I didn't realize it was Christmas already.
Yes.
What would I
don't
wear?
know, is SM Store playing Christmas songs
Yes,
already?
Is it
they
really?
are. They are.
That
They
is-
are.
That's
We're not-
terrifying.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll have to do a cover of some terrible Christmas song and we can play it too. I have no idea what I would wear. I mean, the good old classic, the red jolly suit with the white fur. That's always fun. I'm not much of a Christmas person though.
Oh, okay.
But I do love gifts. So pick up something from the SM store, please.
All right.
Aquaria, can I just ask, what was it like for you? I know it's been a season already, but what was it like for you winning season 10? The youngest
So cool.
queen.
I think technically Tyra may have been younger when her, but I don't know, Chris, about the technicalities of
Right.
it. It's cool. I mean, I've always been very much like someone who like wants to get the ball rolling and do things as soon as I think of them. So once I kind of had this dream and this goal, for me personally, I knew that, you know, the sooner I can take care of it, the sooner I can move on to different things in my life. I think being so young and having hopefully such a long lifespan ahead of me allows for so many crazy things to happen. So when I was auditioning, I knew I wanted to get on. Who wants to audition twice? When I was on, I was like, we're gonna have to make the most of this and win and kick some butt, and we did that.
And you did.
You know, there's just so many talented girls on the show, but to be recognized as one of them, it's just so cool, and it just allows me to do so many more fun things for the rest of my life.
Because you already did it.
Right? Yeah, why not?
One more question. Can you just go back a little bit to your SM campaign?
Yes.
What is it about SM? I'm sure you get a lot of offers everywhere in the world, but what is it about SM that made you say, yes, I'm in?
Well, I think it's really, for a lot of reasons, like just the distance of here from the States is so cool. I love traveling internationally. I think a lot can be learned from international travel and different cultures and stuff like that. So to be able to be a big face here is super cool. It's you know, it's always every American's dream to be like an international star, and to do something so international like this is so cool for me. And between the fans that I already knew were here for me, and the fans that I've now realized that live in the Philippines that are excited to see me, it's just such a cool community here, and it seemed like just the right thing to do, and the SM store certainly hooked me up too. So I couldn't be happier and feel more welcomed.
What gives you want to achieve, Aquaria?
I want to be Naomi Campbell, but I don't
Wow.
have
Yeah.
that lofty of a goal. What do I want to achieve? Happiness. Happiness is never bad.
Yes.
Happiness, peace, and amazing looks.
Yeah, thank you so
More
much.
power to
Oh
you,
my
Aquaria.
They live their truth. You
Yeah.
have the truth.
Yeah, you know, there's never like a right or a wrong time to come out, to, you know, feel comfortable in yourself. And I think it's important to remember that, you know, who you are today is not who you are tomorrow. Life's definitely a journey, and I think even with my drag, like, yeah, I won Drag Race last year, but that doesn't mean that that's like when I'm gonna stop growing or when I'm gonna stop evolving and, you know, becoming a better version of myself. So just knowing that you don't have to be perfectly fine today, and you don't have to be perfectly fine tomorrow, and that there's just a future is really important. Life is all about the journey, and if you get to the end of the journey too early, there's nothing to explore. So take your time and breathe.
Thank you.